day. Maybe LDLC will bite off more than they can chew. Maybe they get too aggressive and they underestimate Team Oplon as Pang back on his signature champion, that we'll call it, because he's looked the best on it, and that was the game that did go to 52 minutes. And
God, yeah.
What a banger that was. Multiple endgame moments where he was able to defend multiple times, but not in the 1v2 at the end. So we'll see if anything does change up here for him this time around. Again, for anyone that is just tuning in here at the moment, first match of the day, LDLC looking to solidify themselves this first seed, and while a win here versus Team Oplon is going to get them that much closer to doing so. And with the battle up against Vitality here for first place, that is really the big talking point on the day here with all the close teams.
All right, Austin, do you want the copium or do you want the analysis?
I want the copium.
All right. Well, Pang landed that first Q, so he's already up in AP. That's what I'm talking about. Stat phenomenal evil power. That's 2 stacks right there. All this damage in lane. I think it's over too. Yeah, it's done.
Chalk it up.
Chalk it up. Let's pack it up, boys. Go home. Sorry, LDLC, you're second place now.
Yeah, that's right. 10-5. Oh, Ragnar on the gangplank here. He's been playing like Gragas duty a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And I actually like the fact that they're putting Ragnar on a pick that he does have the ability to, well, one, you can see bully out Darlik on the gangplank level 1. You have so much fighting power. You can zone him from the wave. And Darlik's like, listen, man, I just want some XP. Like, can I get some XP from you? He is going to trade back and forth here with them. Conqueror is stacked up, so Darlik now feels like he can walk in, but already some early trading back and forth here. This is going to be a first blood. Ragnar, he wants it. He flashed for it. And the burn. Oh, Darlik with the turn.
Oh, we got him.
How about that? What a level 1 play from Darlik.
Oh, my God. It was going so well. Ragnar didn't have to go for that. I'm pretty sure he zoned Darlik off a good amount of XP. He was going to get the level 2 first. Everything was looking fine in the lane, and then all of a sudden, you give Renekton the kill. Now, Darlik, he's going to be able to probably not shove the wave because of the health that he was in when that trade ended up finishing. He's going to recall, TP back, spend some of that gold, and soon Brunez, once he finishes his bottom clear, he can come to that top side of the map, and Ragnar very well might pay for this trouble because he used the TP, Austin, and what do we say is so important for GP? Being able to come back to lane with that sheen, and now he's going to be a really awkward timing.
I'm not going to lie, that is just slightly unfortunate. The fact that Q does not finish him off, and I think, you know, in Ragnar's head, that Q was lethal without a doubt. And Darlik says, no, it's not. Quick little turn and burn, finds himself the kill. So, good start here for Team Oplon, and might be a better start.
Very nice.
Level 2 roam. A lot of damage comes down. Ika, though, a lot of respect, will be able to actually hold on to that flash and deals a bit of damage back here. But that is going to make Pang's landing phase a little bit easier as Brunez gets the crab and matches top.
And I like it. You already have the information that Absolute is on the move. So Yike, even though he wants to move up here and do something, he realizes, yeah, this Leona's nearby. We're going to let that one go. It's an interesting angle, too, to see the roam at level 2. But already, some impact here, giving Pang a little more pressure in this lane because you see Ika forced to use some of those potions. And look at Pang. He's sitting pretty. Full health. Nothing to worry about here. Now, if you look back in the top lane, you're starting to see a bit of the results of how that first kill went. You see that extra starter item come through for Darlik, so you can get some more lane pressure here. But to give credit to Ragnar, that bit of extra XP he's got is coming in clutch right now, and he is still pressuring.
Yeah, I imagine we'll get another scrappy fight here between these two throughout the laning phase without a doubt, as Doss is going to come by. Make sure that Ika is free to push out mid. Yike is on reset, so he's now going to be able to get his hands on the bottom crab and kind of equal things out just a tad bit more, as Oplon's bot wave is going to slowly push in here. We'll see if they can continue to find these aggressive plays. Absolute already been able to find a couple of angles, and Brunez, who is not on reset here, does not really want to match this 3v3 potential play. It's depending on what Yike kind of wants to look for and whether or not he wants to even come down to the bot side. Yeah,
I mean, we saw the ping. I think they're calling Brunez to make a play on this next wave. They want to try and slow stack it and see if they can set up a dive here, and you can see it. He's already showing up. He's going to try and hide in fog once some of those melee minions come down. He's going to look for the angle here. The dive doesn't seem like it's possible right now because of, Aphelios blue-purple. That Infernum wave clear is utterly ridiculous. So he's going to just decide to back off, not actually go for the play, and just walk his way back to the top side. So far, Brunez not able to find a whole lot. When we talk about early effectiveness here, the Lee Sin, it does fall off a little bit as time goes on, so he's going to need to be a little more active here, especially towards Darlik, who is playing the Renekton, another champion where you do want to be playing through early. You do want to try and use that early game power to try and bully the enemy top laner so that you can translate these leads to a win.
Sure. Ragnar now back to the top side. Lose a little bit of the health on his tower here, but the plate at least does not go over. Yike is here. It's a perfect back timer for Darlic. He's able to avoid any kind of a top play that could come through for LDLC. He'll be able to just waddle his way back to the top lane here as Bruness is trying to catch up in some of the farm. Yike has basically been power farming. Bruness has been looking here and there through lane ganks, so he has not been farming at least as much, which you know, is what you expect of the Lee Sin. You want to be able to try to create some of these early plays.
Yeah.
And now Doss is going to pop a reset. Looks like exit kick here as well. So all the lanes pretty much neutral. Just a slight lead still from that first blood that went over there for Team Oplon. And other than that, we have a dragon that is, of course, live on the map. Pings are coming down, and they're not 100% sure if they're on it. But as of right now, Team Oplon have not made a move.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about in Chance, like how Yike is a little bit more of a reserved player. He's playing the volley bear, and sure, you have a lot of early impact, but a good spike, a big amount of impact comes from that level 6, that ability to dive, turn off towers, and just set your team up for a lot of these big plays here. And you can see that he's been rushing it with the power farming that he's been going for, and because of the pressure here and the reset that Exit Kick and Doss have gone for, they've got to spend some of their gold. So in terms of itemization, they're in a good spot.
Wow, they must have stopped Bruness because they were going all in. LDLC, they're feeling confident. Absolute going to get chunked down to about half HP. Nice little dodge and sidestep, and that means that they're going to force them out. So beautiful plays coming in here for LDLC. They should be able to zone them off the wave potentially. They still have Ragnar's ultimate, so they have a lot of dive pressure here if they decide to commit.
And I think they might. You can see it. He's hanging around, clearing some of that vision, but he doesn't have the level 6. So with this bot pressure you've gotten, again, itemization is there for Exkick and Doss right now. He can just go ahead and start off the dragon. Use that priority to get a neutral objective off of the map here. And the thing that's so impressive about that play is I was looking, there was an award there for Bruness, but the pings were coming out. They've been tracking him so well, getting a read on where this jungler is for Oplon, and they're making plays accordingly. And you can see that it's been coming out on top of them.
Well, I said that we'd see another 1v1. It looks like it was slowly breaking out, but Darlic does not want to opt into it. Now he knows that the Cannon Barrage is going to be on cooldown. Bruness is in the top lane, so he could look for a potential play, but instead he's just trying to see if he can grab any camps here as the Dragon was secured for LDLC.
And look at that, Ragnar respecting with that pink ward, understanding like, hey, look, my jungler's on the other end of the map. I'm getting real aggressive up here, so I'm going to need a little bit of information to make sure I don't get sneaked up on by the blind monk that is Bruness. And he's just trying to take away some camps here. But at the moment, this early game that we usually see go so well for Bruness, been very quiet. Not a whole lot going on. And with Yike, that wolf camp probably going to get him to that level 6 mark as Bruness has just hit it by stealing the Raptors. And that's, I think, where we're going to see the playmaking really start here. You have the Dragon's Rage, you have that Stormbreaker, this ability to be able to go for these insane plays in whatever lane you end up showing yourself in.
Beautiful comms there. They see the blue buff handed over. They know exactly where Yike is, but Yike has been able to get himself across the map fairly quickly here.
Quick.
Peng might be in some trouble, has to flash the Shockwave. And now you no longer have your mid-priority. Bruness, however, does manage to secure the Rift, but the hook lands and stops the safeguard from going over the wall. Bruness flashes away, will be able to... Oh, he can't hold on to his life. He will end up dropping, and it's a 1-for-1. Peng able to take out the jungler. Toss. He's got his flash. You got to use it. He will be able to get himself out to safety.
So it is the 1-for-1, and this is going to favor Oplon because, one, you get a kill on Peng, who's going to be a damage dealer later on, like Zcor on this Vigar. A lot of late game power. Accelerating him is definitely a big deal here. And you get the Rift Herald. Even though Bruness dies, he manages to walk his way back, pick up the Eye, and that still opens a lot more options in this early game for Oplon to be able to do something here. I mean, Darlic doesn't have the Dominus, so I think going for a top dive is going to be a little dangerous, especially with these very negative health traits Darlic's been going through at the moment here. So it's going to be about where Bruness is going to be able to find the angle. I think he's going to clear top, reset, and just go for the bottom side of the map and try and get some plates into Zcor's pocket.
It might be the play here for us. Bruness now, though, with access to that Rift Herald, can try to make a play for some of these plates. Just a matter of which lane he's looking to prioritize. TP is going to be invested from Darlic as he'll match the top push here, and that's going to back Ragnar right off, make sure that he has his bases covered. No one's in behind him. No one's trying to set up a play on me. We'll be able to clear out some of that vision, it looks like, potentially there as well, as he drops that pink ward and makes sure that he is safe from any kind of a dive.
You can see it, the trinket and the tri-brush, the pink by the Krugs. He wants to make sure, hey, listen, buddy, it's you and me, and when it's not, well, I'm not here anymore. I'm just going to back right up. So even though Ragnar definitely had his damage calculator off a little bit in the early minutes of the game, he's still managing to come out on top. I mean, he's ahead in CS. He's even, if not ahead, in XP based on what we've been seeing earlier, and the pressure hasn't stopped. And this is a player who we talk about a lot. I hyped him up a lot just because of how flexible he can be, how good he is on things like the Gragas, and on these carry champions like the Gwen, like the GP.
Darlic now going to do a bit of proxying in between the towers as Ragnar is just going to be forced to pick up that farm under his tower. So everything just pretty much neutral again in the top side. Yikes certainly looking for plays. They know that Pang is flashless, so he would be an ideal target if they're able to close the gap. Bot lane, that's it. Re-engage there for Absolute. Brunes is right behind the play. Doss has no flash. A lot of damage though. Absolute has to flash away as the cannon barrage will zone them off. And basically a 2 versus 3 with the help of the ultimate from Gangplank will stop Team Oplon from making a play.
I'm going to tell you, Austin, that was a level 6 diff, and you're seeing Absolute pay a little bit for that early unorthodox roam we saw at level 2. Being behind like that in XP is a big deal, and you have to recognize as Oplon that, hey, look, if our support is 5 while theirs is 6, they have a lot of teamfight power, and because Absolute has to leave, you can see it. Brunes is staying, helping clear this wave, just to make sure Yike doesn't find an angle to go in here, and he was looking. So at this point, the play hasn't worked out. 3/4 of the time there. I think we got a minute left maybe on the Eye of the Herald, so Brunes is running out of options here. I don't think he'll be able to drop it bottom. I don't think mid is the play anymore here. Oh, I actually like this a lot, because what I was getting to is that we were going to probably see them drop it mid or top, and I didn't like mid because at this point, I don't think you should put plates in Darlic's pocket, but they're lane swapping, so they're moving Zcor to the top lane to, one, have that 2v1 into Ragnar, and also have that option to get plates in his pocket with the Riptail to make the play.
Yeah, let's see how much they're able to get here, because they are going to likely lose the second dragon, which is right up LDLC's alley. They love the dragon stack. They love to put themselves in a position where they're going to be able to play for that soul. So we'll see how much they can get. If they can get the tower here in trade of a dragon, this could be potentially pretty good here for Team Oplon. But the good news is that no one is overstaying in the top side. They realize, okay, Team Oplon, they are completely conceding the bot side. They're conceding the objective. Let's see what we can take on the other side of the map. And this will be a first tower likely going over. Yike is actually here, but we'll see if LDLC try to do anything else.
Oh, and I love this. Darlic, yeah, Execute, you can't be here in front of the Renekton. You're going to lose all your health, and because you know people like Yike and are moving up to this top side to try and make a play. Hold on, Pang is okay. He's going to walk away. But yeah, that top play was really nice, and the fact that Darlic got aggressive is because he knows that X-Kick is by himself. He's like, hey, brother, this is an illegal maneuver. You can't actually be in front of me right now on my screen, and you managed to get all that extra gold into Zcor's pocket. So I call that a success for Oplon, especially because they get to reset, get back on the map. LDLC trying to match the play means that they don't get the dragon like you were talking about here. So Oplon can slow down the dragon stacking if they want to, because now Jinx has spent all this gold and is actually pretty much even with Exakick at the moment here in terms of just raw power. They could move for this dragon if they really chose to.
Yeah, I think this is a great position to be in overall. I think the only bad news is the fact that you do have to play up against a Triforce Gangplank.
Yeah. As
well as a Leandra's Torment that is picked up here for Ica. Ragnar going to do a bit of trading here. Zcor right behind him. Everyone looking to match each other in the bot side. That is the engage. Dredgeline will find the mark. A lot of damage onto Absolute, and that's the flash there from Yike over the wall. Felio's ultimate comes out, deals some good damage, but no one's dropping just yet. Doss could be the very first target.
No flash.
Flashes up very soon, but not in time, and they'll be able to find the kill. And now we'll see if Team Oplon can move in for the Drake.
Yeah, that is a great punish. It costs a lot of ults, though. That's the thing. LDLC can look if they want to. They still have Cannon Barrage, Stormbreaker, and they were seeing it come out now.
Flash play, exit kick, it's deleted. They'll find the 80 carry. LDLC, they are falling apart, but can they turn it around? The flash there from Ragnar takes down Zcor. 80 carry now for 80 carry. Can they find anything else? There's a lot of ultimates on cooldown. Team Oplon, they could look to re-engage, but it looks like everyone is going to back off. Resets are coming through.
It's too dangerous. The fact is, Aka still has the Shockwave. Yike still has the Stormbreaker. That's a big combo, a big burst of damage that could come through here. And that was so good for Oplon for the moment here. Exakick, that's twice now. Out of position in a very... moving up very disrespectfully and getting punished for it. I like that play from Oplon. The problem is you see Zcor gets caught out in the process. And it starts here. The hook comes through. Now you have Doss at level 6, so you can feel better about this. And because Yike has to dodge the Solar Flare, he's not in this fight anymore. And the big thing is, things slow down for a second. They managed to pressure Doss because of Pang's move. And getting that kill means it's this back and forth on the pendulum where Oplon now have the advantage, and it's exacerbated by the fact that Exakick gets caught out. It's just the fact that Ragnar, he does so much damage, that that ultimate there, the Cannon Barrage, did end up coming big, but still, Oplon, Zcor, yeah, you're walking a little too far, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, Ragnar hit a lot of big plays there. I mean, the barrel combo, chunking him down to half health, and the E there from Volibear to be able to make sure that the Q was lethal. Beautifully done here from the top jungle duo. However, Team Oplon will be able to still come away with 2 Rift Heralds for themselves, and they already turned 1 Rift Herald into an incredible play in the top side. We'll see if they're going to be able to potentially break open another one, as Pang is also going to get his hands on a blue buff.
Right, and even though LDLC not able to actually go for, or rather, they were actually able to go for the Dragon in the end because of that successful bot play. They can play towards that Soul, and it is the Hextech Soul. Probably the strongest one we have at the moment here with the removal of Chemtech a few patches ago, and that means that Oplon, they have to start making something happen in terms of Dragon stacking. You can't LDLC try and get to that point where they're 3 dragons up on you and threatening that Soul, because they have a comp very difficult to base check against. And even though you have Darlic and Absolute, there's a lot of burst damage here that could really punish you for that on the side of LDLC. So the question now is, use that Rift Herald probably mid. I think they should wait until it's just about to expire. Really milk the timer there so it can be as close to dragon spawning as possible. And if they use that to make a play mid, or at the very least break the turret, push the wave over, it should allow them to get priority over the dragon pit and the possibility to slow down the dragon stacking.
Good reset from Pang. None of his teammates are on the map.
Yeah.
And that does mean that it might just be a trade of some tier 1 towers on both of the side lanes at the moment. You do have Darlic down there that's getting a good push going here for himself. He's pinging that he is on the way. He's got Brunes down here with them. He also has Absolute if needed. So likely will be a potential trade here, as Ica is starting to put some good work in here to the tier 1 on the top side.
Right now things are slowing down. Oplon making the call to only focus on 2 lanes at the moment here. The fact that they know Ica is there, they actually want to see if they can make a play here with the Rift Herald.
Look at this play. I like the rotation. Team Oplon, though, are actually kind of split off from one another. Darlic and Absolute, they're caught in the jungle. A lot of damage, but it is Darlic. He's able to take up a lot of it, and it looks like he's going to be able to get out with his life, but it might not be the same case for Brunes. No, he turns and gets out from Pang. They'll find the kill. The Shockwave able to pull Absolute right back in. It's a 1-for-1. Darlic goes in, and Darlic takes down 1. Will he be able to find a second? No, but he sets up the play for Pang, who will come out with a double. Very explosive play in the mid lane, and it's Oplon that comes out with the advantage.
And they're just pushing. They're making plays, Austin. They're trying to make things happen here, and I like that. They have the timer just a little bit off on Aka's teleport because it came up about a second after that play started. So it was able for him to join, have that impact, and make this much more even than we thought here. And you can see it. They're trying to get the dive on. They hope to take this turret down as much as possible, but as soon as you see the TP, you see them starting to back off, realizing, oh, wait a second, okay, we had that a little wrong. Let's slow things down a little bit. But because they had the chance to back off, because of the fact that you see Brunes tank the hook, you set up for Pang to get some of this damage in, and you set up for Darlic to get that clutch trade there onto Ragnar, setting up Pang for the last kill.
Oh, big flash there from Exakick. If he doesn't flash, that's a double there for Darlic, and resets maybe for Zcor to come through and get the job done. But either way, Team Oplon, they are coming out to play. I said it. I knew there was something in the air today, B-Town.
You were right. Dude, and
it's
you
not
know
over yet, but you know, they're doing good right now.
It was the first Q. That's what did it. Those extra stacks on the phenomenal evil power. I'm just saying, man, you know, it was big impact. Yeah, man, it is. Real for real, though. Oplon playing more confident, I find, these days. The 15-minute mark, once we get out of laning phase, that's where we see the team slow down. That's where we see the team be less decisive. That's not true so far. Yeah, we've seen some slip-ups, some mistimings. We're going to hold that thought.
All right, a little bit of damage comes through. Das
That's a lot.
Very overextended here. Should be an easy pickup, and Pang will collect the kill for himself. 5-0 now is this Vagar. Pang's been playing beautifully, and with that kill, that very well should be the Dragon over to Team Oplon.
And this is what you want. You drop the Herald sooner than I was expecting, but this is still positive because you get DOS out. That means no wards, no vision. Yike. Who's responsible for using the sweeper to be able to clear out some war. Oh my god!
That's a flash play. Pang is able to flash away. Exakick can't find the damage. Yike will be able to maybe re-engage, but instead it's Absolute that will be taken down. So support is out of the picture, and DOS is coming back up. LDLC, they can still move in here for their 3rd Dragon.
Oh, Oplon, they have to. They can't let this one go through. It was going so well for them. It's going to be tough. Brunes has to go for the steal. Like you said, DOS.
No flash on Pang. He's in a lot of trouble.
He's gone.
And Pang is out of the fight, which means that Team Oplon might be done unless Zcor could maybe pop off here, but Ragnar's on the flank. Right into Darlic. It's a beautiful play. Zcor still alive. He's able to survive. The flash there from Ragnar. Gets one back. Might be a second. A 1v3 in the cards for Ragnar as the Dragon is also still active. And well, both top laners eye each other up. Who will make the move? And it looks like the Dragon's going to reset.
Full rage on Darlic. He lands that Call of the Meek. That's a lot of healing. He's looking to see if they can make it happen, but unfortunately they're going to have to let the Dragon reset. Ragnar saving the day for LDLC. Oh, Absolute.
Whoa!
Can we talk?
Absolute has went a little deep, and Doss is here to match him. This is the third fight for the third dragon. LDLC, they want it. They want to put themselves on soul point, and that just became more likely as they'll finally take down the crocodile.
The timing was a little bit awkward. Peng is up, though. No flash for Primordial Burst available, but as just one lone Vigar, flashless, you can't make the play here. Oplon, they're trying, but LDLC just keep coming out on top. This time, it's because of Ragnar, Exakick doing a lot of work in those fights as well, and the situation you're worried about if you're Oplon or a fan of Oplon is here. Soul point for LDLC.
Wow. It was like 3 different fights for one dragon right there. Very scrappy. Neither team looking to concede anything at the moment. And well, when it's all said and done, 21 minutes into this game, just about 1,000 golds here still up in favor of Team Oplon. You got Peng, who's closing in on that death cap here. He's got 2 needlessly large rods. He's going to be very strong here in the coming minutes. And on top of that, you also had, Zekor picked up quite a bit of, those scrap kills at the end there. He's now 2 items. So this is actually not too bad of a situation here for Team Oplon if they can keep playing like this.
Right, I mean, when you think about it, a lot of it's going to be on Peng. The fact that you have Absolute there, who's going to be able to engage, is going Aftershock instead of the usual Glacial. So you know the plan. It's going in there, trying to survive as long as possible to set up for Peng on this Vigar. If you get a good event horizon and you set up all of that damage, let's be real, even with Yike is going full armor at the moment here. The only MR he's got for himself is on the Turbo Chem Tank. It's not that much. It's got to be like 25 or 30 or something. So Peng, who's stacking up the AP, if he gets on top of him, 1 Q, 1 W, like Yike's going to lose all of his health here, and that's going to be big for when it comes to objective trades here. And with Yike not having flash at the moment here, he might have it for this next dragon fight. He has to be careful in the coming minutes.
A little bit of a bait in the top lane, or more around the mid lane. We'll see if it pans out. Doesn't look like anyone's going to walk in. LDLC, they know better. They can simply drop the vision or already have the vision around the Baron, so they know that they haven't walked over to that. And now I think a couple resets for some Ward's refreshing here for the supports will likely come in, but Absolute will actually be denied on that recall. So LDLC realize maybe they have a bit of tempo in their favor. We'll see what they're able to actually come away with at the moment. Zekor still in the mid lane, just battling up against Exakick. And now I think Doss is also going to do the same as he's now looking for a reset. So we'll take a look at the side lanes, see exactly what the lane assignments are going to look like. Right now, Ike is going to be able to get the push in here. You also have the push in the bot lane here from Ragnar, so it's a chance for map movements, but they're not looking to do anything as a team right now. Simply going to pull off some resets to try to get some of those items here before these next couple of fights break out, but specifically this one in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, the thing is, you're not trying to make a big... Oh, hold on.
Wait, he's dead!
Gone! See ya!
Death cap! Hello!
Here comes the airplane. Nice setup there for Peng. And what I was gonna... God, I don't even remember. Oh, okay, I remember what I was gonna say now.
Yeah, that one threw me off too.
Yeah, Oplon don't really want to make big plays into the side lane. Yeah, of course, you're going to have Darlic pushing waves. Of course, on this Renekton is a really strong duelist, but it's tough with how fed Ragnar is for him to push too far, unless he has hover from jungle and support. I think you're mostly playing for the group. You're trying to take whatever turrets you can when you know LDLC is not in the area. Pick up whatever standing gold you can, which is going to be a big impactor. Oplon are in the lead at the moment in terms of gold, Austin. And they scaled pretty well when you consider this Jinx and this Vigar. So they're in a good position here. It is just going to be about playing these lane assignments well, understanding when you can kind of do this push and pull. Okay, their top side, Darlic's going to be able to push out bot. All right, their bot side, hopefully Peng can push out top.
Doss goes in again. Yike right behind him. Absolute. Will he be the target? A lot of damage comes through. He tries to flash over, but he can't find Exakick, and now it's going to cost him his life. DP's coming down. 5 versus 4 for LDLC. Still a minute 20 away from the Dragon, but they might be able to pick up another kill. Darlic in a bit of trouble. Does not have that flash up just yet. Beautiful barrel combo is going to slow him up, but he's able to slice and dice and get himself over the wall. But
Look at the damage.
Team Oplon, do they have it in them? No, they do not. Brunes goes down. Jungler's out of the picture, and there's a pause. Something went wrong.
Now, something's definitely going wrong for Oplon, Austin, is now the gold. You can see it on the screen just there, they have lost their lead.
They did.
And it was honestly a really tough call there. I think Absolute, he gets caught out. And I like the decision. He decides, all right, I'm going to flash over the wall. I'm going to go for exit kick. Goes completely wide, by the way. But he went for it.
Attempted.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you get caught out. You're forced to try and make something happen here.
Sure.
But it's not a favorable position. These aren't the fights that you're looking for. You're looking for a position where, yes, your Leona can go in, but Peng is there too. You want to layer the CC. You want that event horizon to follow up as well. And now, losing summoners, losing your jungler this soon before the dragon is a tough spot to be in. And oh, Zcor.
Well, he'll be up in 20 seconds. We're still about 50 away, and now there's a lot of cooldowns that are not going to be up potentially. But Zcor has to flash.
Yeah.
That is going to be a costly summoner that you no longer have access to here if you're the AD carry with all of these threats, and all of these different abilities that can get on top of you here. So one last little reset here for LDLC. They want to spend all of his gold, but already TP's coming through for Peng. We'll see if he can maybe try to find anyone caught out.
I like this timing. If he catches out DOS, that's going to be another kill. He's looking for it.
There it is.
Oh, gone.
We'll be able to hit him with the event horizon.
Oh,
the ultimate doesn't finish him off. Oh, the Mega Death Rocket doesn't either. Ica gets there with the shield, and we'll be able to keep DOS alive, but he is now chunked out. You have a 5-second window here on the Dragon. I think Team Oplon, they got to start it.
They do. No ultimate on Yike, no ultimate on Ragnar, no ultimate on Exakick, and DOS is just off the recall. You do have a really good opportunity here. You have to burst this Dragon down, and I like the call from LDLC. They recognize this too. They're just good. They have the mid-wave pushing. They're going to go ahead and punish. You have to see resets come through from Oplon. Of course, the tier 2 is gone, but it's about protecting the tier 3. As LDLC know that, they're just going to back right off. Oh, wait a minute.
They didn't. They stopped the recalls, and now Joss is the target again. He flashes back to his team. Caught out is going to be Darlick, but he flashes away to safety. Team Oplon not in the best position. They don't have their AD carry, and now they're in some trouble. Darlick, though, will be able to get the assistance. Tries to get through the cannon barrage, and just barely gets through. But DOS, he's making his way through. Will he be able to find an angle back into the fight? LDLC on the slow chase. Darlick is so low. And I think that they're going to just have to sacrifice the Crocodile, give this kill over, and Yike should be able to claim it.
Yeah, it's going to take the little while. They're taking a bit of time here, but that is the kill there onto Ragnar. That's tough. You get the Dragon, you're Oplon, you're real happy about that one. And the call is interesting. You play off the expectations that, well, I mean, I was expecting clearly LDLC, because you know, as LDLC, you're like, okay, they're going to take drag, they're going to recall because we're threatening tier 3, but that's why we're going to back off. And Oplon, like, 9-dimensional chess game, we're like, yeah, well, while you back off, we know that, so we're just going to come in and try to make the play. The problem is, they send Zcor back to catch the wave. Maybe it was just in case they did threaten the tier 3 turret, but I think at that point, you can't hedge your bets like that. If Zcor was there in that fight in the mid lane, this is a very different situation, and we'd see Oplon going for the Baron almost certainly, but instead, Oplon are down 2k now. As LDLC continue to take and take and take, but Oplon not deterred. They are looking for more angles here. This is a long lane for Ragnar to be in, so he has to back right off.
Vision's cleared out. Peng's now on about 680 AP, so he's going to start to dish out ridiculous damage here if they're able to get on top of anyone. But talking about getting on top of people, DOS gets on him there kind of half. The hook doesn't really go all the way, and Brunes now will have to concede some of his camps. LDLC, they have all the tempo, they have all the pressure. They're going to be able to move in here and set up all the vision necessary to start at least contesting and trying to make Team Oplon think on whether or not they're actually moving in for this Nash or not. But Peng, is he in some trouble? The hook does land. It's a lot of damage, and DOS is going to drop. He thought he had the catch. And, well, he thought wrong, as that's another pick here, and DOS will drop once again.
Right, Yike will be able to get away with the Hex Gates, luckily. So it's going to be harder for Oplon to capitalize. But that's, again, DOS being caught out a lot this game. I think that's his 7th death. And Oplon, especially Peng, doing a really good job of punishing him here with that event horizon, continuously bursting him down. And it's giving these moments of reprieve for Oplon, because now no support means no vision. And the fact is you have to walk away. So they are doing some vision control here. But right now, you can see Yike and Ragnar trying to pressure Darlick a little bit.
Yeah, Ragnar's a big boy at level 16 on GP right now. He's got 3 items, a little bit more crit there in the mix. He's ready to dish it out if he needs to. And now we'll see Zcor tends to go. He's got 3 items on top of it. I mean, the big factor here is that Team Oplon, usually when we're at this point in 30 minutes, they're like 5, 10k gold down, and It's like one last Hail Mary. Let's see if we can try to win this team fight. At this point, like, they're actually decently even. They're down just over 1,000 gold. They have all of the items on the right carries at the moment. This is a good position to be in. It's just a matter of actually executing on a team fight and finding your windows of engage.
You take off nameplates, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is a really good look for blue side if we're really thinking about it here. And even though this is Oplon, who we understand struggle at this point in the game, they've managed to look really good. Oh my god, they're just going to start the Baron.
They might shred this, but the Cannon Barrage comes out immediately, so they'll get the vision, but they get the ultimate out. However, this does give a window here for Ica to be able to come away with a tier 2 in the bot side. So the macro looking good. Team Oplon try to force the play, but it's still LDLC. They're coming out with these slight wins.
That's the thing about GP, man. Any other champion there in the top lane, you force the TP out of LDLC. That's what you're looking for if you're Oplon with those Baron starts. You're not actually looking to burst it. You're trying to force out these key summoners and then try again in a minute's time. So unfortunately, you do not get any of those. You just get the Cannon Barrage out. But now you get to reset, spend whatever gold you have, and you have to focus your vision on the bottom side of the map. This Dragon, again, Oplon are still in the same situation. You can't let this Dragon go through. The Hextech Soul is too strong.
So strong.
Yeah, and at this point now, because of all this pressure you have with Jinx and Vigar, you're going to be able to push out this wave, clear out some of this vision, and now I want to see Oplon move to the bottom side immediately, clear wards, and try to set up some kind of choke, because walking into Vigar Leona, I still stand by it, is very difficult, even with LDLC's composition, and I like this. They know there isn't much vision there. Instead, they're just going to be able to continue pushing this wave. Oh man, LDLC are threatening Baron.
All right, they're going to move over to the Nash, so maybe they want to take the fight, but they're actually shredding it. Exakick is dealing so much damage. This Baron is low. Brunus is CC'd, and the Baron is secured, and now they can take the fight. Darlic at the front of it will be able to take down one. The Shockwave, though, finds two. Zekor has to get himself away with the flash. Or rather with the Gale Force, but now can they turn? That is going to be the ultimate there. Very well done on the Ragnar, but they don't have the damage. Over the wall, Zekor trying to do what he can, but he can't match the damage. The carries are alive, but 3 players drop here for Oplon.
Oh, the positioning was just a little off, Austin. The thing is, though, oh my god, Peng can do this.
He can one-shot him. There
He's
it
gone.
is. We'll be able to find the kill. The jungler out of the picture.
Oh, no.
But Peng is also about to be out of the picture as Exakick will claim the kill, and now it should be Soul over to LDLC.
And no cooldown on Zekor's ultimate, the Super Mega Death Rocket. Exakick is going to be able to secure the Soul, and Oplon, it looked good for a moment there, but quick thinking from LDLC to go ahead and grab the Baron immediately, and that damage from Exakick, level 16. Dude, green and white guns, oh my god, look at that. Look at that. That's the only thing I even want you to focus on right now. It's gone. It was at 5K when this replay started, and then you see the fight come through. Yes, you take down DOS, and the Locket was actually really clutch to eat up some of the Shockwave damage, but you still immediately lose Absolute. And here's the problem right there. Zekor, Peng, big damage dealers, big carries, they aren't pathing the right way, and it's because they're afraid of the CC, rightfully so. So if they're synced up better, they're in a position where they can throw out the auto attacks, throw out the cooldowns. That's a winnable fight for Oplon.
Yeah, that's just a tough situation there. Team Oplon, an opportunity, but unable to win out on the fight, and now they've lost just about everything. The Baron, the Hextech Soul, you name it. Lots more items coming into play now for LDLC, and you're going to have to set up a bit of a base defense. Now, the good news, they have a Veigar, who is really good at stopping the sieging. You can look to use his Event Horizon, set up these picks if anyone does end up misstepping, and Zekor might have actually found someone misstepping.
Nice.
TP's coming in the back. Ica is chunked very low here. Now into the jungle we go. Yike at the front has to ult away to safety. Looking for the kick. It won't be able to find the angle just yet as they've lost now the support, but that's the kill. 1 for 1. Darlic at the front of it all. Still the carries alive for Team Oplon, but they have lost their front line. Zekor putting out the damage. A big kick. Exakick is down, but Team Oplon, they're still in the retreat. They have nothing left in the tank. It's all up to Bruness and LDLC. They will win the fight.
And they might win more than that, Austin. They have a wave coming through mid, but actually, oh no, they don't. It's gone. So even though Brunez is here in the 1v1, you still got 2 members of LDLC able to capitalize on this top wave here. They're going to probably be able to threaten that inhibitor. We saw 30 seconds on every member of Oplon. We're at the 33-minute mark here, and it's just Brunez doing his best to waste a bit of time here, as it's just Lee Sin things.
I was half expecting him to go for the red there, honestly, but Bruness still needs to try to get himself out. Is he going to go back to the red? Oh, he's going to take... All right,
look who's waiting.
DOS. Hello there, buddy. How you doing? Oh, he missed the hook. Shouldn't matter, though. I mean, he's got Yike right behind him, so still should be a kill. And finally, they will take down Bruness. as Ragnar was there just in case they needed the insurance.
Yeah, they did end up wasting a lot of time, but ultimately, Inhib turret is still out of the picture here. That top Inhib is now exposed, and this is still LDLC with that Hextech Soul. And I mean, Oplon, man, they are trying, but now this gold lead has really started to balloon in LDLC's favor. We're looking at 7,000 in their pockets right now ahead, and this GP has IE. He's full build. Ragnar's a problem. He is just an unstoppable monster at this point. The fact is he can do all this damage from range with barrels, and it's hard to get on top of him. That's why that last fight was one of Oplon's best chances. You have Absolute just having this whole group with the Solar Flare. That is Leona's dream, and right now, he tried to use that very same Solar Flare to catch out Yike here. And I like it. At least Oplon, they're still trying. They're not rolling over and dying like we've seen in previous weeks, but this is LDLC we're talking about. Top of the leaderboards, tied there with Vitality B. This is not something you overcome with simple tenacity.
2 minutes and 35 seconds on the Elder, minute 45 on the Baron. Meanwhile, LDLC are going to try to set up some of the lanes here to see if they can get pressure points on the map here at the same time through multiple lanes. Yike, however, could be in a bit of trouble. He's fairly tanky, and I don't think Brunas and Absolute have it in them to be able to take down the Bear. So that's going to give an opening here. LDLC, they're going to find another tower, and this looks like it should also be the inhibitor. LDLC, they're taking whatever they want uncontested at the moment, and they might be able to move back to mid.
This is going to be tough. LDLC, or rather everybody on the Rift, have their ultimates right now, and oh my god.
That's the ultimate, and that is just a taste of what Ragnar can do, and I don't even think that was a crit.
No.
And now back to the top lane. Top inhibitor is exposed. Mid lane under fire. Oplon, they might have to pull the trigger. Brunas, does he have a way in? Can he find the miracle kick? Or maybe it's Pang. Oh, it's Yike though with the stopwatch. And now Pang's the target. They're going to be able to find the depth charge. They'll jump right on him. The shockwave is there. Team Oplon, they're now on the run. It was looking good for the first 30 minutes. We thought maybe there's a chance. But LDLC, they'll slam the door in their face. They'll say not today. And we'll take win number 11 here in week 8.
LDLC still hold on to the top seed here in the LFL, and it's going to be on Vitality B to